Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Who just came in? Can you hear me? Whoever just came in, can you hear me? May, can you hear me? I know you always put the boxing gloves. You can hear me or not, but can you hear me? Oh, that's great there. That's great. So I could do my interview next week. I'm happy. Yeah, cause thanks. I appreciate you. Yeah, cause I got I'm doing we doing the show Saturday, and then I got an interview. I got to pinpoint the exact date because he said next week. The EA developer, he said next week, but I'm kind of thinking the interview might be a little boring because when the industry is like how doctors act, doctors always defend other doctors. Some of them, I mean the majority of them. So I'm hoping that he speaks more freely. And I heard that they have to sign an NDA before they come on somebody's podcast or do any interviews. So they can't say certain things. But I just want to know, he can educate us on stuff because he said he wanted to educate us on certain things. But my thing is, what are you going to educate me on? He's not really going to educate. All he's going to do is say things to to protect the industry because I've been for years, that's all I've been doing was gathering information. So when developers say they can't do something, I could come back with yes you can, and then I showed them the proof. Did that a lot of times with EA. And they broke down and said, well, we can't do it because the developers are the pencil pushers. The pencil pushers are the CEOs. A lot of times, like I keep telling people with Ash Habib, it's not Ash. I'm really thinking it's not Ash because when I talked to Ash on numerous occasions. Ash even contacted me a couple of times. And as you know, because if Ash was the way he was, I mean, how people think he was, why did he make sure he contacted me and told me that one of the fighters, because I was talking about what was his name? One of the fighters didn't look good, didn't look like himself. And he said, no, don't worry about that, Poe. I heard you didn't like the way the character looked. And I said, no, I don't. I said, don't look like him. He said, don't worry about it. This is just the first draft of it. They're gonna look better. And it looked it better. So I don't think it's Ash, because when I talked to Ash, And Ash like really was like Ash was like a little kid. I keep saying this story, but Ash is like a little kid telling another friend who had the same ideas. Like we was two best friends giving ideas. That's how it sounded when I talked to him on the phone. So I don't think what's going on with Steel City is Ash, because when you sign, no matter I know as a businessman, yeah, I had to. It, I listened to what you said, and then a pop up thing said, um, update. It told me to press a button to update. Yeah. So with Ash, if Ash signed contracts with people, like he got investors and publishers, and my thing is, why do you have two publishers? He has two publishers. He giving away money for no reason at all. He giving away free money. You only need one publisher, and they keep using that excuse. If you look it up, they're not an indie company. They're not an indie company at all. Everything that the company got now, how they set up now, they have 70 people, over 70 people working on the staff. They have over a million sales on their game. They have 3 studios. That don't sound like no indie company. Indie companies usually be working in small studios, if not in their house. Shout out to Leafy for working in his house. But yeah, that's crazy. And they keep using that. They say when they keep saying indie, they trying to soften the blow of the community when people start like getting at them for not making the game the way it's supposed to be. So they say it's an indie company. Exactly. Yeah, like they use indie company as an excuse so they could they feel that people is not gonna talk bad because hey, we're an indie company, but you're not an indie company. They keep this the funniest things. Steel City and the publishers or whoever pushing the narrative, they think they're dealing with 5-year-olds, 10-year-olds that they could like push that nonsense on. No, it's a lot of people that's older, 16 and up. Put you in there, Leafy. Yeah, 16 and up. Is people like that. They got knowledge of things. They've been gaming for most of their lifetime. You can't keep pushing the same narrative. Just fix the game. Fix the game. And they got people talking about Undisputed 2 already. They aren't running a daycare. They're in the wrong career if they think they can talk to the fans like kids begging for a piece of candy before their bedtime. Exactly. That's why I was trying to get on Saf, because I think they got her in there because when a woman is around, a woman kinds of calm down the friction in the community or whatever when something's going wrong. Hey, the woman is like a nurse. When she come in there, everybody like kind of behave themselves, and she like pacify them. That not working. That's not working. She getting a lot of pushback too. And my thing is, if you're marketing, I never heard a person that's marketing as a community manager. That's not your strength. And like I keep telling people, when I was working with EA, I know all these titles by heart. I know what makes them function right. And the way Steel City got their Discord set up and the way they're doing things, it's not working. And EA had the worst community, but I pacified them because I knew how to grab the person that's the troublemaker or whatever, talk to them behind the scenes. Like, come on, man. We need you in this community, but you can't keep being disrespectful or saying certain things. And I start talking, and then we become friends. It's some of them guys I knew for a long time. Like one of my friends, he said he's not an OG. I said, man, get out of here, man. He probably about 5 years younger than me, or might be 6 years younger than me. You're OG. A woman is a little more sensitive than guys, not being sexist, and she is actively trying to calm people down or shut them down. Yup. Cause and this the funny thing, cause shout out to Jay Shep. I posted a random post. I said, yeah, we say certain things, or we could get banned even if we got our own podcasts and stuff like that. And Jay Shep said, who said that? I said, I'm not putting no names out there, but a developer said that we could get banned if we talk about Steel City or the developers on a podcast or any other thing, even outside of the Discord. He said, nah, you can't get banned for that. I said, which I thought I knew was the case, but I could tell how when people, when their feelings are emotional, they'll ban you anyway. Oh yeah, and Leafy, they're talking about you gotta they're gonna look at trying to unban you. I forgot what you call it. Did you put it in or somebody else put it in? You put in for you to come back in the Discord, like it was a misunderstanding or something like that. But that's crazy. Yeah, I want to talk about Steel City with this extra. Let's see what you're saying. Sweet. I asked Code personally if they could unban me. Yeah, he said he pushed it through. I mean, they talking about it now. Yeah, I think Code the one that got me unbanned, but still ain't gonna make me stop being who I am. That's why I don't like for people to do me favors and stuff like that, especially when it comes to certain things like this, because now you feel like, Dad, he got me, he helped me out. Now I gotta be calm. Nope. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully you do, because a lot of people, and you know what's funny about it? Gub of all people is protesting to get you back in there. And I'm like, man, I don't understand Gub. Gub is like, he's like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Yeah, Gub, like he's speaking up for you. Like, and it was somebody that popped in there and they was asking about you. They said, no, he got banned. No old leafdom. You're not an old head. Yeah, yeah, I want to talk about even though I'm gonna talk about this on the show, but I want to talk about Steel City. They got another studio. They got one studio. Technically, this is what I'm trying to tell people. Technically, they have 2 or 3 studios in America. They got the what's the name? ICO. I forget the name of the company, but they got a company that do their scans, but I think they don't do it no more. So, but they still have a company in California, LA, and then they got Will Kinsler. His house is considered a studio, or he got a studio. I don't know exactly how that's framed, but then they got the 2 studios in the UK, and that makes no sense to me because y'all keep buying properties, but y'all not pushing out nothing of quality. They're not. When I look at, and I don't want to put it out there because then they're gonna try to block me from looking at what's going on with the team. But when when I look at, where the site that I go to. When I go to that site, it's none of the things that they need to hire. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna gather a list and I'm gonna post it on LinkedIn, but I ain't gonna like literally like say, hey, this is what y'all need, because I don't want them to block me because they're like, oh, you watch it and everything we do. But y'all, they not hiring the right people. And then I hate the way they have their setup. They they could hire somebody today and the person could take a 2-week vacation. That's crazy. That's crazy. And sometimes they be having like 2 or 3 people having vacation at the same time. You just start making a game. Why are you taking vacations? That's crazy. To me, that feel like you're taking advantage of something. Like they really taking advantage of Ash. Ash, you scared or something? Let me come up there. Let me be your bodyguard. Let me stand in the studio. I walk through that mud, boy. I'd be like, yo, no, you better make sure you get them fighting styles right. You better make sure the movement look right, right. You better add them tendencies. You two help them with them tendencies. That's how I'm a be. I mean, that's how I would be. Yeah, that's crazy. But I guess Gubdom was saying, and England is different. I'm like, dad, gone. You ain't gonna never get this game out then. Cause I know in Canada and the United States, I used to talk to Brizzo and other developers. They be in the studio sometime doing overtime late at night. And I'm like, yo, you still in the studio? They say, yeah. Say sometimes we put in overtime to get these projects done. And I'm pretty sure they're not gonna do no overtime. All this free money, it's literally free money. And my thing is, they're saying that the publishers and the investors, they have a say. And I looked up the investors and the publishers, they don't know nothing about boxing. Arcade boxing games don't sell anymore. And you sneak in that hybrid crap in there, and the hybrids don't sell. You like deceiving them. Let me see. England. Let me see. You'll set them straight up there, but they're scared of that type of direction. Exactly. That's because that's what happened. I told you about when I had the meeting with Aimbot and what's his name? I had, like it was like four developers. We had like a meeting. They had on what's that? I got so many sites up here on Discord. We had a little side chat, and they was like, no, we're not hiring from the United States. We hiring from the UK. They didn't want me there. Even after they start hiring people from the United States, they still didn't want me there. They were scared that I was gonna push them to do the right thing. England lets you slack off a bunch. That's crazy. Personally, for a boxing game at a studio, I'll stay there as late as possible could to work on the game. Exactly. This their first game. To me, your first game, you want to make a punch. You want to make it. You want to make the game, like really successful. Their success came off of deception. They deceived the fan base. They gave them one thing. I mean, they showed us one thing. They gave us something different. Like 2 in the morning was some other guys. As long as we're getting stuff done and doing what we need to do to make sure you can do everything you do in boxing in the game. Exactly. And it was crazy that Brizzle them used to, yeah, I'm trying not to say his what's called name. It's crazy. Brizzle they used to just beat it, like, because that was one of the things that people was complaining about with EA. they got let the they be making people work overtime. But with Brizzo, because he was like a head producer, it wasn't him working overtime because they forced him to. He wanted to make sure the project got out. He literally let me see his desk. He let me see things that the other people didn't see. He said, "Cause I was looking around in the studio. I wanted to see how they work and everything. I wasn't like really trying to like see something like sneak in junk like that. But no, but I was looking around to see how they work and how everything was set up." And Brizzo looked at me. He said, "Oh, you trying to look at my desk?" I said, "Oh, that's your desk." And I looked at his desk, and he like showed me a little something. I said, "All right." Like two of them. See. Yeah, they said that, then turned around and hired Wilkinson and Box for now. Yeah, that right there. That was like a punch in the gut. And I know it wasn't. It see, that's why I keep telling everybody. All these decisions is not Ash, because Ash don't have industry um knowledge. He don't know what to do. So his thing is, I'm gonna let you do this and let you do that. Just help me make my game successful. That's how he feel. But it's not doing what he wanted it to do. Cause and it's kind of my fault because I didn't like push up the beat on the staff like that. But I thought it was an invitation the way Ash was talking to me and stuff. Like we had a conversation on the phone and stuff. And I thought, I should have kept on in this because I was like, yeah, I'm not, because I was like trying to be like I was trying to be that guy, like be honorable about the way that I handle things. Cause let me see, that's a bad strategy to not stay grounded on what he was wanting and tried to direct is his own way. Exactly. He should have. To me, he should have got his other brother. I think his other brother older than him. Hey, big bro, you work in the industry. Tell these people to do what they're supposed to do. Because I'm lacking in knowledge, and you got industry experience. Tell these people what we need to be that needs to be done. That's what he should have been doing. And I'm like, Dad, everybody just like sitting around like looking like zombies, like they don't know what to do next. We had too many examples. I'm gonna say this a lot too. We got too many examples in the past of games that's boxing and boxing. And video game in general. So how can you be going backwards? They literally taking things out of the game. And my thing is, let's take out this and claim we can't do it. Let's take out that and claim we can't do it. And then when we do Undisputed 2, I hate to keep saying it, but when we do Undisputed 2, it'll be like a huge features. Look at these features that we got in Undisputed 2. Look at this, look at that. And I hear a lot of people say, well, if they make Undisputed 2, I'm not gonna buy it. Yes, you are. Especially when they throw them features that they're taking away from this game and added in the next game better. Speaking of his brothers, didn't this game start with just him and his brothers? Yeah, technically him, but yeah, the brothers, because he told his brothers, he said, um, I don't want to chop up his story, but he basically told them that he want to make a boxing game. Then the brother he said, hey, make a boxing game. So he started trying to do it himself, and it didn't look like what he wanted. So he started hiring. He hired Aimbot. Like Aimbot's like his first developer, and I think Ash is like real loyal to Aimbot, and nothing wrong with that. But my thing is, because Aimbot, he's a good person, even though we bump heads. Aimbot is a pretty decent person. Aimbot get mad at me for being so critical about stuff, but I can't accept what I don't like. Always been like that. Yeah, I'm glad I got this fixed because like Sunday I could do the show. And then next week, whenever he says it, I could do the what's called. And because AAJ Pax, he was trying to help me set it up, but now I'm glad I set it up. Yeah, I'm gonna try to see. I'm gonna probably do a live stream on TikTok too. No, I'm talking about tonight. I'm about to do it one. Who you saying cool? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Anybody is pretty cool, but sometimes he get diva. Like he gets like you can't tell him nothing. Sometimes, but the majority of the time, anybody's pretty cool. We used to bump heads a little bit in the beginning, but we kind of cool. Cause when I see him, cause anybody be making them appearances, I'd be like, "Yo, anybody's back." He'd be like, "Oh, here this guy. I think I'm about to leave." That's how it seemed like he be doing. But I gotta keep it real. Gotta tell the truth. They want me to accept. Trust me, if I was to accept something I didn't like, I would still be helping EA, and I'd probably be by this time I'd probably be more than a community manager because they're trying to push for me to be a developer. Because Brizzle was telling me how he started to be a developer. He was doing like basically he was in the community. Then he started accelerating. Then he started like learning different things. And he became a developer, something like that. I don't know if Brizzle told me that story or somebody else in the community, but they was trying to push me to get a better position. Yeah, telling the truth is the best thing to do in order to see results. Exactly. Exactly. That's facts. Because with Steel City, when I go in there, it's so many lies they keep telling. And my thing is it breaks it like not literally break my heart, but it breaks my heart that a person that I see in there and I always look at them as above like telling lies and being deceitful. He's being deceitful. And he telling lies, no matter how you try to sugarcoat it. That's one thing I do. When it come to being religious or something like that, my thing is tell the truth because that's what it speaks in your religion. Don't matter if we got different religions or whatever. Tell the truth. You don't supposed to change your truth for nobody, especially if it's wrong. Don't change your truth. Truth is truth. But you trying to protect. That's why it was hard for me on certain jobs because they want me to do certain things, and I'm always the honest person on the job. Nah, I'm not gonna be deceitful to a person because I always accelerated in jobs like that. But some jobs they wanted me to lie, and no, I can't do that. You gotta use somebody else to do that. I'm not into that lying job because you tell one lie, and the person's gonna be like, "Well, he lied for me, so I don't know if he telling the truth now." So EA teach Brizzle on the job. I think Brizzle learned from another company, and then he's. I think he went to school. I think he said he went to school after that, but he was like doing the what's called. He was doing the chats and stuff like that. Cause I remember when Brizzle. See, that's how far back when people be saying stuff. That's why I be getting mad at people. They be trying to tell me about EA and stuff. I remember when EA first started. I'm old. I remember when EA. I remember when EA first made their chats, their forums. I remember when there were no forums at all. I remember when the first forums and Dad, I'm old. When they first started making forums, and me, I remember when I was there, but then it was Rackzilla because he was doing the football. with his friend. I keep forgetting his name because he used to talk to me all the time. Because I used to like football games, but back then, because I always had a lot of ideas I wanted in a football game. I always have a billion ideas, so I used to always be tossed my ideas to them and stuff. And that's EA grabbed them up because him and his friend had a site. They grabbed both of them up, and that's how it all. That's how I be telling people. I say I go way back. I'm a living not legend, but I'm a living. I know these things. So I remember when I used to talk to that was his name. He had a weird name. He used to wear the shades, had the long hair and everything. Fight night round 3 and what was 2? Yeah, fight night round 3 and 2. I stayed on him hard. I just talked to him about a couple of months ago. He said, Poe, he said, I remember you. You used to stay on me. He said it was hard to please you. Because he was trying to make fight night at that time, fight night round 3, it had a lot of arcade elements in, and I was telling him, I said, man, why you got the boxers dancing and they like over the top dancing boxers that don't even do that dance? They like more serious. I said, what are you doing? And he was like one of them flashy guys. I'm like, yo. Oh yeah, this is what I was gonna let it be a surprise, but I don't want to hit nobody I don't want to hit nobody by surprise. Like they like, who the heck is these guys? I supposed to have some of the Whistlers Mafia, the old guys from the Whistlers Mafia on the show. It's like I guess it's what you call a reunion or something like that. Just for old time's sakes, I'm trying to get like my man Mac Mittens. To me, he was like the first one to do them videos that go virals and stuff. He was like real animated and stuff like that. He's always spoke up about boxing and stuff. So hopefully he'd be on the show. I don't know what's going on with him. He could have been a billionaire or a millionaire because he got the personality and everything to carry a YouTube channel. Yeah, I hated that. I hated that Perry window. Joker be freezing up when you Perry freeze. That's what we used to call it, the Perry freeze, and the car door. The car door punches. Who the heck came up with that? Every time you hit somebody with a hard punch, it sounds like a car door slamming. I said, yo, what's going on? Like they just threw that together real fast. All right, we're gonna use the car door noise. That's gonna be a hard punch. We're gonna let them freeze up, and when they get hit, to let them seem like they got tagged. It should be a brief stop and play, and that's what Westcom had. Steel City did that in the beginning. You could punch somebody and stop their rhythm. You could throw a punch and stop. If they're about to throw a hard right hand and you throw your punch land, it stops. They got to reset. That's what a game's supposed to do. When you get hit by a punch, a lot of times you reset. Now, somebody that's like, if you punch soft, you might throw him off, but it's no, he gonna punch right through that. Like Paul Mal Dag gone. How I'm messing up his name? Paulie Malignaggi. If he throwing a hard punch, if he throw a hard punch, it's not gonna it probably stings a little bit, and somebody's still gonna be able to hit him. But Paulie just knew how to box and get points. Let me see. The punch sounds in Fight Night Champion are worse. They sound like balloons, probably. Oh man. See, I would have really been upset. That's what I keep telling people. They keep telling me, Poe, come on, just get, you know, play Undisputed. Just play it. You know you have more to talk about. I could look at the videos that other people play. Me with my hands on, all it's gonna do is make me angry. I'm keep telling people, and my thing is, you're trying to make me angry because that's what you want me to do. What's up, man? I think it's gonna work now. I think we figured it out. I had to make some adjustment. Leafy helped me. Yeah, I had to make some adjustment. Hopefully it works. We'll test it tomorrow because I got I'm gonna do a quick TikTok just to get my numbers up. Yeah, because when I first came on here, it wasn't working. So we was looking through doing some things on the computer, and we got it working. So hopefully it works on the Discord, and it works that I'm forget talk show. It works on both of them at the same time. Yeah, I'm no, I just was doing this. I'm not thinking about this, but I was just checking. I was on here, and it was good that I set this up because I was trying to see if I could was my mic working on YouTube too, and it wasn't at that time. And no, it wasn't until me and Leafy went through what we was doing. So it is. I'm pretty sure it's working on the Discord too. So yeah. Yeah, I'm just doing a stream. Because I don't know how to set up the what's called with we got the let me see. It say I don't have access to this feature. I don't have access while I'm off. I mean while I'm doing a live, but I don't know how to do the one with the all the extra stuff. I'm just doing a live, a straight up live, no added stuff. I'm just doing a stream. Yeah, and like I was saying, we got a lot of stuff to unpack. I didn't try talk shoe, but I'm pretty sure if this working because this wasn't working. I'm pretty sure talk shoe working. Let me see right quick. Hope it don't reset nothing. Let me see. Let me see. Now if both of these working at the same time, y'all can still hear me. Oh, that's good. So I just started up talk shoe, so that's good.